Breaking news for all fans of Chinese Overwatch Esports. Last night, we got a major development and big-time step towards Overwatch Esports in this region returning with the announcement of a roster that we're all too familiar with. Please welcome back the 2023 Hangzhou Spark and Chinese World Cup team. Now going by the name of team once again, we see the return of Guxue, Shy, Leave, Langsa, and Monk, with Creed being an assistant coach, and interestingly enough, Coach Rush, formerly of Element Mystic, Paris Eternal, and Dallas Fuel, becoming this team's head coach. He is a Korean coach, so it is an interesting fit to say the least, but nonetheless, our boys are back. A lot of guys that we have missed dearly are making their return. We had to witness a bunch of them be sidelined thanks to the licensing agreement between NetEase and Blizzard ending, but now we finally have an Overwatch Esports team to an official capacity again. In case you missed it, last month, NetEase and Blizzard reached a new licensing agreement to bring all of their games back into China, and all these guys have been playing in stacks together online. They've been streaming their games. It was only a matter of time until something like this came out, and it's really good to see that it's finally official. This team is beloved by so many. They went on some legendary runs recently, and it's great to see them potentially back in action relatively soon. We get to see Guxue again, Shy dominating the hit scan opposition with relative ease. And don't forget the potential of Tournament Monk building upon his legacy even more with some ridiculous Ana games. Even after all this time, they still have the motivation to play Overwatch together, to continue their path forward together as one unit, to build upon their friendship even more, and to stay hungry, if you will, to go out there and finish up some unfinished business. Regardless of how out of practice they may be and how it's been a long time since they've competed in an official capacity, you just know they're going to go out there, be competitive, be a fun underdog story, and that synergy would give them a major advantage regardless of where they compete. On the topic of competing, a question that has been widely asked by the community is if they'll even be able to play in Overwatch Champions Series. As of right now, we're getting through the first half of the season, and some people have been wondering if that means they'll participate in Asia in some way, shape, or form for Stage 2. And as of right now, I don't have a real answer to that question on if it's true or not. I've heard rumblings that maybe they could compete in Japan or some other place over there, but right now, there is no cut and dry answer that has been provided by Blizzard or by the higher-ups at the Overwatch Esports community in general. Since the licensing agreement was not in play by the start of OWCS, technically China is not an official region that can compete, so that'll have to be negotiated upon and changed, if at all, if they want any sort of chance of playing in OWCS this year. I'm no expert on the logistics. I don't even know if something like this is possible. If they're allowed to change something like this mid-season when we're already so far deep as it is. My best guess would be that they may not be competing until 2025, but you never know for sure, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that this can be changed, as Overwatch Esports is always in a better place when we have Chinese representation. While their OWCS status is a bit up in the air, a bit mysterious if you will, at the bare minimum, we do know for a fact that they're probably going to be competing in the 2024 Esports World Cup being held in Saudi Arabia this summer. 16 rosters will be competing in this Esports World Cup, and one of them happens to be an invite for China. And in fact, if you go on Wikipedia right now, it already has Team once again filled into that slot, so it seems like it's probably a guarantee at this point, barring any kind of travel concern or something else that could hold them back logistically. While I think a lot of people would prefer to see them in OWCS, you can't complain. Beggars can't be choosers. Just having them in some kind of official capacity is better than nothing at all. That's how I'm choosing to view this. This is a great chance for them to get back out there, make their triumphant return to the stage, and get some redemption for what happened in the World Cup last year. No matter what they end up doing, I think we can all agree that it is very exciting to see these boys return, just knowing the legacy they've built over the years and how many excellent players we get to see join in on the fray now. I mean, this is a really really good team, you know? We've already seen it before. And it's interesting to see Coach Rush on there as well to kind of add his own input and his own experiences and coach this team in ways where they can maybe improve upon their weaknesses, as there are certain things that Rush has shown to be really good at throughout the years that this Chinese team probably needs some experience with. So maybe he could be a good fit there, but it is kind of weird knowing that he is a Korean coach and he's on there. I'd love to see how that translates and if it can work out well. But at the end of the day, Rush has been looking for work for a while as well now. And when a good roster like this comes out, it's kind of a no-brainer to join, especially if they show interest in you. That's really all there is to know when it comes to competition and what the team looks like right now. But another question that some people may be asking is, why aren't they called the Hangzhou Spark, like we saw with Toronto Defiant? Well, the answer to that is that Billy actually did not field this team. This team was completely financed by the former general manager of the Spark, Miss So. She made this entire team and rostered all these players together and gave them some kind of contract out of pocket. That is some legendary stuff right there. To be that dedicated to Overwatch Esports because she knows how much it means to the people of China is absolutely awesome to see. Shout out to Chengdu Hunter's Facts for the translation. She said, "This team was fully financed by me. I once said that we all have split-second moments we live for, but I'll also say that I want to make those moments longer and more meaningful." However, she also would go on to say that with her paying for this team out of pocket, they really need some kind of sponsor, some kind of org to pick them up to make this financial burden just a bit easier on them all. She said she is literally prepared to face total ruin to make this team a reality. That is some insane dedication, and I have nothing but respect for her with that. That is absolutely amazing. But yeah, right now, this team absolutely, positively needs some kind of org to back them. That's what they need to take that next step, and to probably truly make that trip to Saudi Arabia a reality. And honestly, I think there's a great candidate out there. I don't know if it's something they'd be interested in, but recently NRG said that they want to make some kind of esports team for the Esports World Cup. They put out a poll. Overwatch is winning overwhelmingly right now, so maybe there's a possibility that NRG, knowing how good these guys are, will pick them up. If not, we can only pray that another major org and some potential sponsorships come their way to back this amazing team. Spread the word. Let's make this known as much as humanly possible. That team, once again, formerly the Hangzhou Spark, are looking for an org so they can once again compete in Overwatch Esports. Let's pay these guys back for all of the years and great matches and entertainment they have provided us. It's the least we can do. Anyway, that's just about all I've got for you. Let me know what you think about the Hangzhou Spark and China coming back to Overwatch down in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video and you want to stay up to date with all the most recent news and interesting content in the world of Overwatch Esports, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot. Peace.